6-year-old girl. Now, how many of you guys are 6? Okay, well, all 3 of you, okay. I'm not sure about that, but all right, I'm going to tell you guys about little Camille. She was 6 years old, and she went to the laundromat with her parents one day. Do you guys know what a laundromat is? It's the place in the city where those who need to go to wash their clothes when they get dirty. And so one day, little Camille went with her parents to the her mom to the laundromat. And as she began helping her mom, carry all the clothes inside and began separating the darks from the whites, she began helping her with the different parts of the laundry. And her cousins actually were there that day. It wasn't just a normal laundromat day because she went there before by herself and it was a little boring. So she decided to bring her cousins, and they decided to play a game. They said, hey, let's play hide and seek. Have you guys ever played hide and seek before? Yeah? Okay. So she's like, okay, we're going to play hide and seek together. And so as they began, counting, she said, okay, I'm going to hide. And as she went looking around the laundromat, she thought, where's the best place I could hide so that they won't find me? And she looked straight ahead, and she saw one of the washing machines was a little open. And it was the washing machine that had most of her mom's clothes inside. She's like, I know. I'm going to fool them. They're never going to know to look for me in the washing machine. So she crawls inside of the washing machine. She closes the door behind her, and she hears it click. And as she's sitting inside there, she's thinking, man, I'm really going to fool them. They're never going to find me. Meanwhile, her mother had, the quarters to put on each machine. She went up to the first washing machine. She added some quarters. She went to the next one. She added more quarters. Went to the next one. Finally, she went to the one with Camille in, and she added the quarters, and the machine went click. All of a sudden, Camille began feeling this hot water coming on her, and she began realizing it's not a game anymore. And she began kind of banging on the door. She's like, okay, I'm going to get out. She tried to open the door, but the door was locked. So she began kicking and kicking and kicking and screaming. And her mother was just sitting down, somewhere in the laundromat, and she heard some tapping. She was thinking, did I put some tennis shoes inside, or what's making all that noise? So she went and she checked, and she saw inside was little Camille. And she actually began screaming, and she started pulling on the door, trying to open it as much as she could, but she realized that she wasn't able to do that. So she ran outside in her panic and began screaming, help, help, help. My daughter is in the washing machine. And a man who was who's by his truck heard that. And he's like, what's going on? Why are you screaming? And she told him, my daughter's in the washing machine. And she's like, your daughter's in the washing machine? Why would you do that? Why would you put your daughter in the washing machine? Are you trying to clean her clothes or what are you doing? And so he runs inside and he begins kicking and pulling, but he can't open the door. Finally, he comes out and he gets a tire iron from his car. And I know you guys probably don't know that, but it's just a metal bar. And he breaks the door of the washing machine. He sticks his hand inside and he pulls little Camille outside. They end up rushing her to the hospital because she has cuts on her because of the glass. And the man's arm was a little bit cut as well. And because of that, the doctors were able to take care of her. And because of that man's help, because that man was willing to help little Camille out, little Camille is actually alive today. And what we can take from that story is very, very simple. Just like Camille was someone who was in need and needed help, that man was willing to be a helper to help little Camille out. And so what I want to kind of appeal to you guys is that Jesus also wants us to be his helpers. He wants us to see those who are in need and be willing to go out and help them. Maybe it's someone at your school who doesn't have a lunch that day, and you'd be willing to share, half of your peanut butter and jelly sandwich with them. Or maybe it's someone who it's a little cold and doesn't have a jacket. Maybe you guys would be willing to share your jacket with them just for a day. Do you guys want to be Jesus helpers today? How many of you guys want to do that? Amen. Okay. You guys can go back to your seats now.